Look at George. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and welcome to our mod spotlight for the month of May. Every month, lots and lots of really cool, or just very unique, shall we say, mods get uploaded to the Nexus workshop, and I can't cover every single one of them. And when I do cover a mod on a mod spotlight, I like to make sure it's one of the more recent ones, so once a couple of weeks has passed by, I tend to not bother. All that said, that means there's always some mods that fall by the wayside which are definitely worth looking at. So what we're going to start doing at the end of each month, the start of the next month, we're going to start covering 5 or so of what I think are the best or most interesting mods from the last month that I didn't cover. So today we're going to look at 5 mods from the month of May, starting with the JFD, and I did nearly cover this on the channel, JFD Apatosaurus Louise by Jagged Fang Designs and uploaded by PaleoDude123. This is possibly the best looking sauropod in the entire game in my opinion, so let's check it out. Isn't she an absolute beaut? Honestly, the best looking sauropod in the entire... Never mind the best modded sauropod. The best looking sauropod in Jurassic World Evolution, right there, in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal work. I'm so glad JFD have moved back onto Evolution modding. Now, whilst she's wandering around, we will take a closer look at her in a second. There are a few alternate skins, which are going to release 2 of the others today, and I don't want to go through the animation every time, so we'll get those 2 popping out, and then we can go have a closer look, because... God damn, I don't know what else to say. I've never seen her in game before, and I think she is incredible. Apatosaurus louise is the second discovered species of Apatosaurus. There is only 2 species of Apatosaurus as far as I remember. And the idea was really just to make a more realistic interpretation of the dinosaur. And I will admit, the Apatosaurus we currently have, whilst very accurate to Jurassic World, is not my favourite dinosaur in the game. It looks like a grumpy old boring man to me. This one has beautiful colours, beautiful patterning with the sort of the spots that kind of descend and disappear down the tail, which then changes into stripes. Which look at the stripes and how they curl over the top of the spikes beautifully. That kind of the way the vertebrae ruptures upwards and makes a spiky back sort of effect. And it's blue. And it looks realistic, but blue. And the face, tell you what, let's hop into Ansel for a second. Oh, that's a lot of crazy stuff going on there. And I'm lost. There we go. I mean, isn't she absolutely gorgeous? I think people are going to agree on this one. I think this is going to be an easy sell. There we go, we've got a sort of brown, sort of creamy, lighter colour over here. And this absolutely stunning little woodland, swampy looking skin over here. Probably my favourite of the bunch. I will admit, this may be one of the mods that I don't ever uninstall. What I might do is build a master list of mods that I think you should install. That's a good idea. Anyways, we'll move on from that. So I'm going to let my Apatosaurus kind of wander around and do their thing. We're going to move on over here and take a look at the second of our 3 new dinosaurs we're looking at today. We're doing 3 dinosaur mods and 2 don't look at that. Okay, so the next thing we're looking at is again by the exact same people, Jagged Fang Designs, and uploaded by PaleoDude123. I don't know if PaleoDude is making the mods and uploading them, or if he's just responsible for all the uploading. I don't know how that works, I'm not going to go into it. But Jagged Fang Designs and PaleoDude123. This is, it says Allosaurus, but it's actually, and I'm going to butcher this, Eristion riocoloradense. Okay, there you go. Eristion riocoloradense. It's something like that. And there it is! Incredible. Yeah. Again, just looks completely different from the dinosaur it's based on, which I think is inherently very cool. Looks realistic and well textured and beautifully coloured, and yet still fits so perfectly into Jurassic World Evolution. I think that is very, very impressive. I'm just going to pause this for a second, we can take a closer look at this bad boy. It does come with 2 skin colours. We'll release the other one in a second. There is a male and a female, and there's also a mating skin, which you can download separately. Now, this is a slightly more obscure dinosaur, to say the least. I will admit, I hadn't heard of it. It is a genus, the Aristodelans anyway, are a genus of Megaraptoran, and what they are is a clade of carnivorous theropods. A kind of confusing clade, because they are not really known what they are. Some people suggest they are... For a long time it was suggested they were allosaurids, which I suspect is why this is based on Allosaurus, at least in part. Some people fairly recently, well, I suppose 7 years ago now, suggested it was a Tyrannosauridae, and some people think it's a member of the Coelosauridae. So there's at least 3 prominent theories about where to place these dinosaurs, because they're very, very odd. But they're also awesome. They're known for like sort of long neck, long arms, these big claws. You can see if we sort of swing down here, those massive, almost Therizinosaurus-esque claws in some ways. Maybe a little smaller, but very cool. And yeah, look at that with the red eyes. It's so good. It's so good. These 2 dinosaurs represent, in my opinion, the pinnacle of evolution modding. This is the best way to do it. Not only is it bringing in a new interesting species, the texturing is top-notch, the patterning is top-notch, the models and animations blend together seamlessly, they look like they're part of evolution, and they're very interesting. It is honestly as good as it gets right here. That's if you want your dinosaurs nice and realistic. I'm just going to pop out the other skin. Stop showing me that. I've got to pop out the other skin. But we'll talk about this one. So, about a month ago I covered a Godzilla mod made by Cyborg Xeno, and it kind of made the Indominus Rex into a 1998 Zilla. I know, Godzilla, Zilla, I'm just going to call it Zilla, alright? So people don't get angry at me. And Toho Society, who did some of the best mods ever for JPOG, including a Godzilla mod, decided to have a stab at making Indominus Rex into a Godzilla on their own. So I've not seen this one, this is the other version of the Zilla mod, and it looks really cool, so let's pop this out. And there we go. It's a little bit on the bobbly side, but I'll say that's a pretty freaking cool looking Godzilla there. I will say no harm to Cyborg Xenos, which I really liked. This one looks less like a modified Indominus Rex, and it just looks like a Godzilla, basically. It just looks like a Zilla, and I think that's very, very cool. The head shape is phenomenal. The whole thing might be a little bit weirdly knobbly-bobbly, and the arms are doing something terrifying. And obviously we've got some stretching issues down here. I'm not that surprised, but I think that is very cool. Very, very, very cool. And I did mean to cover this at the time. I meant to cover this bloody age ago before it even went up on Nexus. I just never got around to it. Yes! This is the other side of Jurassic World Evolution modding. We've got these phenomenal, beautifully rendered, realistic dinosaurs, and then we've got Zilla. And it's a cool looking Zilla, and that's what matters. Look at it, and the sort of the plating, sort of hard ridges on the tail, the spikes kind of like jutting out in all these different shapes and well textured. The whole thing needs, I think, like some sharper texture in there, kind of like some skin texture a little bit, rather than the oil slick look it's got going on, but it's very, very good, it really is. I just wish there was a way to make it massive, you know, just make it about twice as big as this and we're in business. Maybe that's doable. Get on it. Alright, okay. So, you'll notice that is it for dinosaurs, but there are still 2 mods left. Like I said, I wanted to cover what I think are the best mods and the most interesting, and I really wanted to give us a good mix. So we've got these 2 beautifully rendered realistic dinosaurs, and then we've got Godzilla, and then we've got something else made by Mr. Troodon 1, and I'm doing this out of curiosity, and also because I've never seen someone mod the goats in this game, so we're gonna pop a goat out. If you are a sensitive person, you should probably look away. Wait, I'm gonna go into capture mode. I want to make this dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't really know what to add other than that. They've made a human-goat hybrid. I call him George. So this George. George is absolutely freaking terrifying. Yeah, there isn't much to say about George, other than George is what nightmares are made of. Look at George. Oh my god, I love it so much. It is the weirdest bloody thing I've ever seen. It is actual nightmare fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the carnivore feeders, because I kind of want to see someone eat George, if I'm totally honest. No offense, George, you're a lovely lad, but I think that would be very, very amusing. I think I need to change my combat settings to do that. It's always been a little bit weird to me that combat settings are attached to eating goats. Anyways, whilst we wait for George to get eaten, hopefully, I'm going to show you one more mod. This was made by Dandyman, who I've Der Dandyman. Is it German or is it Der? I think it might be Der Dandyman. And what they've done is actually make decorations, ladies and gentlemen. It's really, really cool. So I've opened this area up here so we can zoom in a little bit and have the like that. So we're going to go into scenery, we're going to go onto the correct button, which is signs, and there's a few things that basically they took what they thought were the more replaceable items, some less useful items, and replaced them with decorations. So the e-stock sign, you very rarely can do that because you can't build a dock. So why not make it into a fence, basically? Like so. We'll go from this side, that's where the light is. So we've got a little fence there. Let's see if we can put another one in there next to it, maybe. Yeah, and the even stack of... It's a little annoying to have to kind of do this, but that's not their fault. And that's very cool. They can build an actual little fence. But there are cooler ones. So we also have a hedgerow, which is the arrival helipad sign. And I believe if you did this correctly, you could actually just use whichever ones you wanted. There we go. Oh my god, sorry. We have benches, which is very exciting. I know that sounds sad, but honestly, for Jurassic World Evolution, benches is very exciting. There we go. And we have bins. And we also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? I think that might be it. Visitor sign replaces with a bench, aviary sign with a bin, the dock sign with a fence, and the helipad sign with a hedge. Yes, those are the 4. And you do need the Return to Jurassic Park DLC for this for fairly obvious reasons. So we can zoom in a little bit and look at them. Yeah, they're proper. They look like Jurassic World. They've got that kind of sort of clean wood, but also the metallic and the stone in there as well. That bench is very Jurassic World Evolution-y. Is it the one from Jurassic World Evolution? I don't know. But there we go. We've also got a nice little hedgerow as well. Nothing too much to go on about this, but it is the first decorations we've ever had in Evolution. They're implemented really well. And I don't think anyone needs all the signs we have in the game. So if you wanted some benches and bins and hedges and stuff like that, yeah, go for it. That sounds really cool. I'm definitely going to use this in the future to give your park just a little bit more personality. Okay, I've released a lovely 2001 Jurassic Park 3 Raptor right there. We're going to pop down our goat feeder and hopefully see something magical, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely magical. I'm very excited. Okay, once again, we need to make sure combat is on. Oh, it's already on. Sweet. It even... This is George's twin brother. Jumblama. Yes, you heard me, Jumblama. Right, there we go. Right, so we're going to go into capture mode. I figured with the smaller raptor rather than a bigger dinosaur, it would be even more intense and personal, the death of Jumblama. So we are going to letterbox a little bit. We're going to timescale slow, and we are going to watch this beauty unfold. Jumblama's just chilling there. You should see the raptor begin to approach over the hill. There it is. And Jumblama, no, you need to get out of here. Why does that have a red... I didn't even see the red booty before. It's terrifying. This is akin to madness. It's like an episode of bloody Human Centipede Project or something. That is such a good raptor. Such a good raptor. I'd maybe apply a sharpen to it. But other than that, it's a beautiful raptor. John Lamar, you have to run, my friend. You have to run. Oh, he even has nipples. He's got little red spots on the chest. 2 of them. To John Lamar, no! Oh god, the humanity. Okay, that is the end of John Lamar. We're going to end it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Big shout outs to Jack Fan Designs, Paleo Dude, Toho Society, The Dandy Man, and Mr. Troodon one for this madness we just watched. Thank you folks at home very much for joining me as well. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this down the line. You know, this is the first time we've done this kind of roundup of missed mods from the past month, because at the end of the day I can't cover everything. So if this is a good idea and this is what you want to see next month as well, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Until then, thank you very much for joining me. You can download all of these mods in the links in the description down below. Cheers much love as always. Bye bye.